Hello, fellow yogis. My name is Heather. I'm here at Pure Yoga in Stillwater, home away from home. It feels really wonderful to be back here. It's quite emotional to see it empty, missing all of you. I'm sure you are missing it here as well, but we're doing what we can to bring you some sort of normalcy throughout this crazy time. I've been kind of thinking about and just reflecting on everything that's been going on and what all of this means and why are we here? Why are we doing this? And it occurred to me that our human race and our life, it evolves. We all start to evolve, right? We change. And in order to evolve, we have to make adjustments first. So you might find this in your practice, maybe in a pose, maybe in your day-to-day, how you work through your meditation practice. As we start to find little adjustments, eventually we will evolve and you'll start to see a much better result. So that might be, maybe we've all been moving too fast in the last few years and we just go, 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 and now we're forced to adjust and slow down and take a look at everything and take stock in what we have, and hopefully this will evolve us into a more level and even sort of a relaxed mode. There's also the side of it where we just can't fight against it and just let it happen and just let it be. So hopefully you can take some of that or any of that into the rest of the next week or two or maybe 3 weeks that we have going on with this adjustment, and you will find evolution. We'll start with a Peer 2 class, and I'd like to just start here in easy seat. So if you'd like to press pause on this video and go ahead and you can grab a pillow, or maybe you have a little yoga block at home and you'd like to just kind of lift the sacrum a bit and come to seated and let your eyes close. Let your hands fall where it feels naturally. It might be at your heart space, maybe down at your knees or on your thighs. The hands might turn up or turn down depending on what you need today. If you need to feel grounded, turn your palms down. And if you're looking for acceptance and adjustment and change, turn your palms up to receive. And just start to tune into your breath. And as you tune into your breath, you might subtly adjust the breath, and that's okay. But just tuning in, noticing how it feels to just sit and to be. Your left hand to your heart. And if your hands are at heart center, place your right hand over your left hand and just tune into your heart rate now. As you tune into your heart rate, start to connect your breath with your heartbeat. So breathing in for 4. And exhaling out for 4. A few rounds to equalize the breath. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. As you take your next breath in, sit a little bit taller. Push up through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, keep that head floating and press the sit bones down into the mat, finding plenty of length through the spine. 2 more equal breaths in and out. let your hands float down. Keep your eyes closed if it feels safe for you. As you take your next breath in, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale out, let your arms float down along your sides. Just let the shoulders melt and soften. Inhale the arms high, lift up through the chest. And as you exhale out, let everything melt down. Let a little stress melt right off the shoulders. Inhale one more time, the arms high. And as you exhale out, let the arms float down along your sides. You can start to blink the eyes open. We'll take that left hand to the mat, bring the right arm up and over, and just taking a little gentle side bend. You might even turn your eye gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe you kind of peel the arm open just a bit, just to get some opening through the chest and side body. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you might bend that elbow of the hand that's supporting you. And just feel free to linger here. As you inhale, bring that right hand down to the mat. Reach the left arm up and over. Breathe in. As you breathe out, kind of peel that chest open. Maybe open up the arm a little bit. Inhale in. As you exhale, you might bend that supporting hand or arm. Inhale the arms high. As you exhale, we'll bring our hands to heart center and let your eyes flutter shut and set intention or dedication. And maybe it's the intention to accept the adjustments that we're making throughout our next few weeks in life. Exhale the breath out. Inhale your intention. Exhale, send it out. Reach the arms high. As you exhale, we'll take the fingertips to interlace, and then we'll bring the palms up. So turn the palms up towards the sky. Push that right up towards the ceiling. Maybe you start to lift up through the chest. Imagine somebody's placing their hand in between your shoulder blades. Breathe in, draw the belly in. As you breathe out, maybe let that head just look up towards the ceiling. Reach the arms open. Take your palms now in front of you. Turn your palms out. Press your spine towards the back wall and just kind of wiggle in. Starting to feel the back muscles into the shoulders. Maybe you let the head drop. Pull the chin to chest. As you breathe in, we'll open up, release the palms, lift up through the heart. And as you exhale, we'll bring the palms together, push your spine back towards that wall behind you. Maybe it's a couch. Inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, bring the palms together. Find this little modified cat back. Inhale, opening up the chest. And as you exhale, we'll bring the hands down to the mat. If you have a pillow or a block underneath your sacrum, we'll take it, slide it aside. We'll have that for later. And then coming into tabletop. We'll take some barrel rolls. So I like to bring my hands a little bit forward, more than you would take for a tabletop. So walk your hands forward just a bit, maybe a hand length, and then swing your right hip towards your right wrist. For right now, we'll just kind of linger here and stay. You can take a little peek back towards the back foot. And then we'll swing the hips around, creating this circular motion. Drop the left hip down towards the left wrist. Peek back towards that back foot. Now we'll find that little barrel motion. So rolling the hips forward, swinging it to the left hip. You're moving in a counterclockwise motion. And just kind of notice the popping in through the knees, into the hips, maybe a little into the shoulders. Just kind of releasing all that gas that's held up in between our joints. We'll take one more circular motion and then reverse it out. So swing your hips forward, and then we'll take it to the opposite side. And you can kind of draw that belly in a bit. Press your hips forward. Good. Maybe close your eyes and just enjoy the motion and moving today. One more. Good. Press your hips forward. Come all the way down to the belly. Bring your hands right below the shoulders. We'll come up into baby cobra. So pull the elbows back. I like to squeeze mine right back towards my hips and then lift the chest. Very gentle here. Keep your eye gaze down towards the mat. Nice neutral neck. And then we'll lower down. Inhale, peel the shoulders back. Pull the elbows towards the heels. Now maybe you push in through the toes a bit and kind of hover the toes. As you exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift. And as you exhale, lower down. Press your hands into the mat. Come into a wide-legged child's pose here. And maybe just kind of swing the hips side to side, letting the low back just soften and relax. Breath in. Breath out. Your next breath in, come up into tabletop. We'll walk the hands forward and come into down dog, sending the hips high. First down dog maybe of the day, maybe of your week. And just notice how it feels here, just seeing things from a different perspective. I love that upside down mode. You can just kind of see things differently. Maybe you notice something on your ceiling. Maybe you notice something, if you're in your living room, underneath your couch. Let it be and just leave it there. Let the eyes close and breathe here. And something I'd like to just kind of address quickly. I've noticed when I take my practice in my living room on the carpet that I tend to dump into my wrist because there isn't a lot of support. So kind of push in through the knuckles of your hands and find just a little bit of a lift. You can even take a towel, place it underneath the front edge of the mat, and that'll just help lift the wrist so you're not dumping. We'll take 2 more breaths here in down dog. When you're ready, kind of dip your heels off towards one side of the mat. So you're coming onto the blade edge of one foot, the inside of the opposite foot, and just let the hip dip just a bit. And then we'll take it to the opposite side. And you can kind of rock it back and forth here. Maybe just take one more round. And to the opposite side. Coming into down dog, walk your hands behind your wrists and come into a nice wide leg forward fold. Bend the knees very drastically here. Let your head hang heavy. And again, if you're on carpet, just be mindful of the feet. So you might find a little adjustment into the toes. It's really easy to let those heels fall down into that squishy carpet. Now we'll move into ragdoll pose, opposite hand to opposite elbow, and just kind of sway gently to start. And breathe. The most natural thing you can do is breathe. And then we'll reverse the cross of the arms, and now you can kind of take that real drastic sway back and forth if you'd like, or if you're just happy where you are. Take your hands down to the mat. Inhale to a flat back with your knees bent. Just find a little grace in this pose for right now. Draw the shoulders back and down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, melt over your thighs. As you inhale, we'll find a flat back, and then we'll bend the knees very heavily and slowly roll up the spine. Really tuck the butt under. Let the head be the last to rise. Breathe your arms up overhead, and then take your hands into your heart space. Let the eyes close, and then heel toe your feet in together to touch. We'll move through sun salutation A. Inhale, arms rise. As you exhale, forward fold, you can sweep the arms open or bring the hands through heart center. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, step back. We'll take it slow to start. Drop the knees down to tabletop. Take a breath in, zip up the belly just a bit. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale to baby cobra. We took this at the beginning. And as you exhale, lower the chest down. Inhale, press up to tabletop. And as you exhale, flip your toes, down dog. Nice breath in. Slow breath out. Coming up onto your tippy toes as you inhale in, kind of press your butt up towards the sky, really press into the hands, and now bend the knees, hover, and look forward for crouching down dog. Squeeze and hug those armpits in together. Come into a forward fold. Breathe in for flat back. Breathe out for fold. Breathe in for mountain pose. As you breathe out, take this to a baby back bend. Maybe goal post the arms. Inhale, reach the arms high. As you exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, flat back, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, fold. If you'd like to step back to tabletop, otherwise you can start to build on, coming into a high plank pose. We'll kind of adjust, maybe lower the butt down just a bit. Come up onto the tippy toes, breathe in here, hold. Breathe out, lower down, low plank pose. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Breath in. Breath out. As you inhale, tippy toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, hover, crouching down dog. Forward fold. Breathe in for flat back. And breathe out for fold. Breathe in, mountain pose, extended. Exhale into baby back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. High to low. Breathing in deep to up dog. Exhaling deep to down dog. Take it one more time. Inhale up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, crouching down dog. Forward fold. Flat back. Fold forward. Inhale, mountain. Maybe close the eyes here. Exhale into a baby back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Flat back. Folding, releasing. Moving through Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog. To down dog. Stay here in down dog. If you'd like a little break, I invite you to take child's pose. But down dog, come into this working resting pose. Notice what happens when you just soften the back of the neck and let the ears come right into in between the biceps. Maybe shake your head yes and no. As you breathe in, lift the right leg high. As you breathe out, turn out the ankle, rotate. Bend the knee. Stay here. Try to drive the left heel down into the mat and then try to bring that right foot towards the left ear. So you're really opening up here. Again, if you're on carpet, push into the knuckles. Square off the hips. Lift the right leg high. As you exhale, lunge the right foot through, drop the back knee down. And we'll just kind of stay here for a moment, twisting and working into the hip flexor. And when you're ready, press up onto the thigh. Reach the arms high. Maybe interlace fingertips, point the fingertips right up to the sky, index fingers. Breathe in, breathe out, just let everything settle. Take your left hand down to your hip, take your right hand and we'll just kind of take it right behind the head. So from here you can clasp the fingertips. If you're not able to, we'll take the left hand to right elbow. Breathe in, puff up through the chest, and as you exhale, we're just going to kind of bend off towards the left side. Reach the arms back up, come to center. We'll take the opposite side and just notice on this side. It might be more challenging. You might feel a deeper stretch all the way from the elbow down to the knee. Draw the belly in. Inhale the arms high. As you exhale, we'll bring that hands down to the mat. Take it to a half splits pose, so turn the toes up towards the sky. In here you can wiggle in. You can take that block or pillow and place it underneath the right hip. You can take a breath in, and as you exhale, you can reach for that foot. Important to flex the foot here, protecting the knee. Breathe in. As you breathe out, we'll walk the hands forward, find a bend to the knee, slide the block aside, slide that right leg back. Option here is to hover that right leg. We'll move through vinyasa, or you can meet in a three-leg down dog. Good, nice breath in, slow breath out. As you inhale, lift the left leg, opening up the hip, turning out the ankle maybe. Squaring the weight in the hands, trying to drive the right heel down towards the mat, and then squeeze that left foot towards your right ear. Breathe in, breathe out. Closing the hip off. Lifting the left leg high, and as you exhale, lunge the left foot through, drop the right knee down. Just work in just a bit, take your time. There's no rush. You have nowhere to go, just to be here on your mat. And then we'll press up onto the left thigh this time. Kind of, I've noticed just a little tweak here. So I had my toes turned in and sickled in towards the center. If you kind of straighten them out, push them back towards the back edge of the mat, it'll naturally kind of release any pressure into that knee that's to the mat. And then you can reach the arms high. As you exhale, we'll take the right arm behind the back. Now let's take the left arm behind the back, and then right hand to left elbow. Breathe in here. As you exhale, bend towards the right, push into that left foot so you're not dumping. And then we'll get to the opposite side. The arm rises. And then we'll take that right hand, bend the elbow, bring the right hand behind the back, left hand to right elbow, and bend. As you inhale, the arms come high, and as you exhale, we'll take it to a half splits pose. The block or pillow may be your friend at this point. Breathe in. Exhale out. Your next breath in, bring that left foot back to mat, slide the block aside. Flip the toes in the back, slide the left leg back, and meet in down dog. Pedal out here. Breath in, breath out. As you inhale, look to your hands. As you exhale, come onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, hover, crouching down dog. We're gonna stay here for 3 breaths. Breathe in. As you breathe out, press your heels a little bit higher. Inhale in. Exhale, turn the pits of your elbows up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your armpits together. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Wide feet here. Just swaying side to side for a moment. Bend the right knee. Walk your hands towards the outer edge of the right foot, and then slide that left hip back. Next breath in, come back to center. And your breath out, bend the left knee, slide the right hip back. Inhale back to center. We'll keep the feet wide for flat back. Utkatasana, chair pose. Great option, pillow or block, comes in between the knees if you'd like to stabilize. I'd like to see the feet hip width distance apart. And the next chair pose, we'll bring the feet together. But kind of sit the hips way back and draw the belly in a little tuck into the bum. Breathe in, lift up through the chest. As you breathe out, bring your hands through heart center, sit a little bit lower. Inhale, squeeze in through the butt, and as you exhale, draw the belly in, drop the shoulders down. Breathe in. Breathe out, maybe sit a little bit lower. Good. We'll pulse it out. Inhale, squeeze in through the glutes, push up halfway, and as you exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale, lift, and exhale. So you're driving through the heels. You're pushing all that weight down. Maybe flip the toes up so you know that you're not using those toes. We'll lift and lower. Let's take it 2 more. Lift and squeeze, nice and slow, lower down. 1 more, inhale. As you exhale, hold here. Breathe. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. As you inhale, shoot it high, arms rise. Baby back bend. Good, arms rise, breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, high plank pose. Hold here in high plank. Option is knees, so you can drop the knees to the mat. Otherwise, high plank pose, maybe widen the feet just a bit to stabilize. Give a good squeeze into the belly, and then bring that squeeze all the way up into the ribs. Let the shoulders draw back and down. Fire up the thighs. Breath in. Breath out. Shine your elbow pits forward. Hug your armpits in. Breathe in. Breathe out. I know no one's here to watch you. Maybe not to motivate you as much as a class would. So I'm leaving it up to you to hold this plank. Breathe in. Shake. Breathe out. 1 more. You've got it. Inhale in. Exhale, down dog. Nice job. Pedal out here. Inhale the right leg high. As you exhale, bend and open, turn out the ankle. Inhale, close the hips off. As you exhale, draw your right knee to your nose. Kind of find a little bit of a cat back, so you're pushing that mat away. Inhale, shoot the right leg high. As you exhale, draw your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Squeeze it right up into the armpit. Inhale, right leg high. As you exhale, right foot in between hands. Crescent lunge, rise up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe come a little bit deeper and fire up that back thigh. Inhale in. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, arms rise. As you exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, reach the arms high. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Left hand plants, right arm opens for a twist. A low lunge, twist. Notice what happens if you kind of squeeze in through the left leg and draw the left hip flexor up towards your left armpit. You're almost scissoring the legs together. Drop the right hand down. Drop the left knee down, half splits pose. 3 breaths here. Your next inhale, bring the right foot back. Lift the left knee, slide the right leg back, high to low plank. Up dog. To down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Opposite side, the left leg rises, bend and open. Close the hips off. Inhale in. Exhale, left knee to nose with a cat back. Hold here. Inhale. Exhale, shoot the leg high. Breathe in. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Pull it into the left armpit. Send the left leg high as you inhale. And as you exhale, left knee, right elbow. Pull it up. Good, left leg high. Exhale, crescent lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out, cactus your arms, come a little bit lower. Good, inhale, arms rise. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Let's take it to airplane arms. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, you can tell I'm still in my same yoga mode for getting one side or one pose. Bring the right hand to the left inside foot. A little scissor to the legs. Open up the arm. Shine that palm towards the wall on the side. Maybe it's windows. Maybe it's your child and you're waving. Drop the left hand down. Slide that left leg back, high to low plank. Up dog. Breathe it out and down dog. Take 3 nice deep breaths in. Exhaling out the mouth, letting heat out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale once more. Exhale. Crouching down dog as you inhale, and as you exhale, look forward. Hop or step to forward fold, feet together. Breathe in for flat back. Breathe out for forward fold. Breathe in for mountain. As you breathe out, chair pose, hands through heart. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine, draw the belly in. And as you exhale, we'll take the left elbow to right knee. Now as you come here, kind of peek down at your knee. That left knee might have a little tendency to jut out. You want to squeeze the hip back and parallel the knees. You can also widen the feet. Take your elbow to the inside of the knee. Turn your eye gaze off towards the side wall or maybe down towards the mat. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, you might start to fly the arms. Inhale in. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale for fold. Inhale, scoop and rise, mountain. Exhale, chair pose, hands through heart. Breath in to prepare. Breath out, twisting, right elbow to left knee. Inhale in. Exhale, open the arms Don't forget about that knee. Slide it back with the hip. Maybe look up the arm, pull the belly in, close the ribs. Maybe look down at the mat. Hands move back through heart. Forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale for fold. High plank pose. Hold here in high plank. Widen the feet. 2 push-ups here, lowering down. Knees are your option. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push up. Good. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in. We'll build on, breathe out. Inhale, right leg high. Bend and open this time. You can flip your dog, take your right foot to the left side of the mat. Reach the right arm up and over. Squeeze in through the glutes. Lift the hip up. Hips. You have 2 of them, hopefully. Take your right hand back to the mat. Right leg goes high as gracefully as you can. Draw the right knee to nose. Inhale, lift the right leg high. As you exhale, bring that right foot in between your hands, rise up, crescent lunge. Breathe in. As you breathe out, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, side angle pose. Your option, your forearm can come to your thigh, or your hand comes down to your mat. If your hand comes down to your mat, let the hip kind of come down a little bit too. And reach the arms wherever they feel best. You might have a little bind here if that feels better for the shoulders. Or power into both feet. Rise up, stay low in that leg, warrior 2. Now we'll pivot and come into crescent lunge, working on a little balance here. As you exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, arms rise. As you exhale, I'm just going to adjust so I don't come out of the frame. As you exhale, we'll come into warrior 3. So warrior 3, you probably saw me do it. I had my hip open, kind of close the hips off. Good, fire up the back foot, toes point towards the mat. As you inhale, bring the left knee into your chest. Reach your arms high. As you exhale, take your hands to heart for figure 4. Come to sitting as low as you'd like. Breathe here. So we'll move through this flow. We'll bring the arms high, pull the knee into chest, and as you exhale, airplane arms, warrior 3. Inhale, bring that left knee into chest. As you exhale, figure 4. Now, again, I recognize that maybe some of you are on a carpet, so feel free to step off your mat, come to a wall, and move through. And maybe you use the wall to move and just give you a little support. We all need a little support wherever we feel it is most needed. Let's take one more round, inhaling and exhaling. Warrior 3 will stay in warrior 3. Check in with your balance, steady eye gaze. Bring your hands down to the mat or to a block. Float the left leg high for standing splits pose. Stay here while I move back to my mat. In standing splits pose, you can kind of play here. Maybe you bring your thighs parallel. I love this option. It's not so intimidating to be in this standing splits. Shoot your eye gaze to the back edge of the mat. Breathe in. As you breathe out, we'll send the left leg back. Walk that right foot nice and wide for lizard pose. Drop the knee down. Again, there is a block or a pillow that maybe you brought to this practice and you'd like to use it here. So forearms come to the block. Maybe you come down onto your forearms and you let your forehead rest on the block. Take a moment to come back to your intention. Revisiting the reason why we are here. And then we'll press up, slide the block away, and then you can kind of turn towards that right knee, excuse me. Try not to dump into that shoulder, the supporting hand. And then we'll come back, walk the toes back in, half splits pose. This is going to feel so yummy. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring the right foot back to mat. Slide the left leg back. It's your choice now. High to low plank. Maybe you lift the right leg. Maybe you take it to a vinyasa. Maybe come into down dog. Maybe regroup, come into child's pose. Two breaths here in down dog or child's pose. As you inhale, lift the left leg high, and as you exhale, bend and open up the knee. And option to flip your dog here. Breathe in, lift the hips. As you breathe out, bring that left hand back to the mat. Send the left leg high, give a little squeeze right into the base of the glute. As you exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, lift the left leg high. As you exhale, draw the left foot in between your hands, crescent lunge. Inhale in. As you exhale, we'll airplane arms. Hold here this time. Clasp the fingertips. Draw the knuckles back. Just a little chest opener. Inhale, rise the arms. As you exhale, we'll open up for warrior two. And just kind of check in with your feet. I like to bring my heel in line with my arch. Make sure the back blade edge of the foot is right parallel with the back edge of the mat. And don't forget about that front knee. Also, your hips are square, shoulders are stacked right above hips. If you find yourself kind of reaching forward in warrior two, you want to kind of pull like you're reaching for that back wall. Maybe a person behind you. Draw the pelvic floor in, zip up through the belly. Breathe in, draw your shoulders back and down, and as you exhale, lower. Inhale, warrior two, reverse. And take it to a side angle. Again, noticing when you bring that hand down to the mat, maybe it is a block. Draw the hip down. Good, let that right hip lower. Then reach the arm up. Maybe look up the arm, maybe reach for a little side stretch all the way through from your hips to your armpits. Stay low in that front leg, rise up, warrior two. And then take it to, slide the block aside if you have it, crescent lunge. So widen the feet, hip width distance apart. Ball mound of the foot is on the mat. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we'll pull the knee into chest. Bring your hands to heart. And then we'll take it to chair pose. Flexing that foot. Letting the knee drop just a bit on the right side. Pull up on the arch of that left foot. As you inhale, bring your right knee into chest. As you exhale, warrior three. Toes point towards the mat. Drop the right hip down. Eye gaze down to the mat. Try not to dump into this left side. As you inhale, we'll bring the right knee up into chest. And as you exhale, figure four. Inhale, right knee into chest. And exhale, warrior three. Take this a few rounds, arms rise. Don't feel bad about tapping out and then, tapping out and then tapping back in. So maybe you step back And then we'll bring the knee into chest. There's a few options you can take. Again, you can come to that wall. Breathe the arms high. And as you exhale, warrior three. Once more, inhale, tap it down, and then take it to figure four. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior three. Tap the foot back. Come all the way down. Drop the knee down. Take it to lizard pose. Maybe this is the time to kind of slide your water over, grab a little sip. And just take it high or as low as you would like to. Tune back into your breath. This time not counting to the heart rate because it is escalated, just breathing in for a count of 4. Exhaling for 4. And you can kind of dip the right knee down, push the left knee open a little bit. And then we'll bring the hands back to the mat, walk the left foot in for half splits pose. Hallelujah. Breathe in, breathe out. We have a little more work. We'll walk the hands back. Slide the left leg back. We'll stack it on top of the right leg for side Vasisthasana. So option here is drop the right knee down. You can reach the left arm up, or you can float that right leg. Kind of pull the right hip away, push the mat away with the right hand. Breathe in. As you breathe out, we'll slide that left arm underneath the right side body, just for 2. Inhale, opening high. And as you exhale, slide it through. Hold here. Square the shoulders to the mat. Reach, reach, reach towards that right side. Good. Inhale the right arm high. As you exhale, we're going to lower the hips down. So if you have a bent knee, we'll lower the hips down. And then we'll just kind of walk the arms out. Come onto the forearms. And then we'll reach that left arm up and over. And as you exhale, we'll peel the chest open. Inhale, reach that left arm high. And as you exhale, peel the chest open. Inhale. Exhale, open. As you inhale, coming into Sphinx pose, so roll all the way onto your belly, come onto your forearms. A good measure to check the arms is bringing your hands so that maybe just the tips of your fingertips come to the outer edges of the elbows, and we'll just kind of adjust the hips. So flip your toes and just kind of wiggle in a bit. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart. When you're ready, open up and bring the forearms down to the mat, palms to mat. Now from here, peel the shoulders back and then push into the elbows. I like to let the eyes close so I can tune into all the muscles in my body. So press into the tops of the feet, fire up the kneecaps, squeeze the glutes. Draw the belly in, try to shine that belly button forward as you pull the shoulder blades back and down. And then just let that head kind of float. Breathe here. As you breathe out, we'll pull the shoulder blades back and down just a bit more, driving the elbows into the mat. Inhale in. As you exhale, lower your chest down to the mat. Bring your hands below your face just for a moment. So we'll take a little challenge here. If this just doesn't do it for you, then you can skip, but it's something fun to try. Bring your hands right below your shoulders. We'll flip the toes, and from here, from the ground, pressing up into a low plank pose. So you'll push your hands into the mat and start to hover into a low plank. Draw the belly in, and then push up into high plank, send your hips back. Otherwise, maybe moving through child's pose and coming into down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. side, Vasisthasana. On the opposite side, we'll roll into plank. Draw the feet together. Roll to the blade edge of the left foot, or drop the knee down. Widen the fingertips here. Float the right arm high. Push the mat away, push the hips away on the left side from the mat, and make sure your hip bones are squared towards either the wall or piece of furniture in front of you. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we'll thread that right arm underneath the left side body. Inhale, reach the right arm high. As you exhale, stay here, reach for the left side, square the right shoulder towards the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Take the hand to the mat, come down all the way to the belly. Interlace the fingertips behind you. Take a breath in, tuck your chin in, and as you exhale, pull the knuckles down towards the heels. Breathe in. Breathe out, maybe float the toes above the mat. Inhale in. As you exhale, bring one cheek to the mat, bring the hands down along your sides or cactus the arms, and just let the hips rock side to side. Bring your hands below your shoulders, turn your eye gaze down towards the mat. We'll try this once more, hovering right above the mat. So your toes are to the mat. Your heels are lifted. Now fire up the thighs, pull the shoulders, the elbows back and down towards your hips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, that's when you push away. And down dog. Breath in, breath out. As you inhale, lift the right leg high. And as you exhale, bring that right knee in between the hands, swing the left leg around, and we'll take it to a twist here. So a few options. I'll just turn towards you. So sage twist, or you can let that right leg go long. You can take that left foot to the inside of the thigh, wherever you are. Just kind of get those sit bones right to the mat. Inhale the right arm high. As you exhale, we'll twist towards that right knee. Now you might not take it that deep to start. We'll take the breath in, unwind slightly. As you exhale, we'll take that left hand behind and stick it right where the tailbone is, acting like a second spine. Breathe in, unwind slightly. As you breathe out, enjoy this nice wringing out motion. Inhale in. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. We'll just get a little work for the quadricep muscle on the right side. So you'll bring that left foot to the inside of the right foot. Option here is a block if you'd like, or a pillow. So this is just a little Pilates kind of workout we're going to take. So you can hold on to the shin and we'll lift the right foot, pull the toes in towards your face, and then we'll lower, and then we'll lift, and lower, and lift, and just slightly tap that heel down. Lift and lower. You want to lift up through the chest, this scrunching, but really pull, and actually it makes it a little bit easier to float that right leg up and lower. Lift and lower. Yeah, feel that firing. We'll take it for 3 more. You might feel this right into the hip, the flexor, and maybe into the psoas. 2 more. Ooh, last one, hold it, hold, 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 and pulse it out for 4, 3, thought we were done, 2, 1. You know how I like to slide a little extra work in there at the end. Remove the block. Bring your hands down the mat, step back to down dog, pedal out. Inhale in, exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg high. As you exhale, bring the left knee In between the wrists, swing the right leg around. Again, turn to face you. I wish I could see all your faces. I do miss everyone. All right, inhale the left arm high. As you exhale, just a nice, slow, gentle twist towards that right knee. Let the eyes close here. Inhale in, reach the right arm up. As you exhale, bring the right hand, place it down by the sacrum. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep kind of puffing that chest up as you inhale. And as you exhale, keep a puff to that chest and twist. Maybe let the right shoulder slide down. As you inhale, come back to center. We'll uncross the legs. Bring the left leg long. Again, I like the block. It just kind of gives that little extra support here on this. Called a quad burner. So your right foot to the mat, your hands interlace around your right shin, point the toes up towards your face and lift up through the chest. Kind of pull the shin in and then push the shin back into your palms, and then we'll lift the left leg and we'll lower. And we'll lift and lower. And this side might feel different. I have a kind of a funny left hip, so I'm going to open up my leg just a little bit, otherwise my joints kind of grind together. So you feel free to make adjustments as needed. You don't have to do this. You can definitely skip this, and you can take it to a twist, or you can pull the chest in, the knee into chest. There's a few options here, so we'll just take it for 3. We'll hold it up in 2, our favorite part. 1, hold, pulse for 4. 3, yes, 2, woo, 1, drop it down. All right, enough of that nonsense. Bring that block behind you. Come back into one more down dog. Pedal it out. Lift the right leg high. We'll stretch out the quad. Bring the right foot down to the mat. Drop the left knee down. So an option here, if you have a pillow, you can place the pillow underneath the knee. But you really want to kind of slide over the top of the kneecap. And here is where a strap may come in handy. Or maybe if you have somebody that is kind of eating popcorn and watching you practice, they can come behind you and put just a little pressure into the foot if you can't make contact of hand to foot. So the left hand will come down, and then you'll pull that foot in. You might even turn towards the right knee. And if somebody is helping you out, maybe there's just kind of inch forward just a bit if it's safe for you and you give permission. And then you can feel that nice deep stretch into the quad. And then if somebody's helping you out, they'll back away, or you'll release the strap or your foot. Send your right leg back for down dog, and then we'll slide that left leg forward. Drop the right knee down. Widen the left foot. Roll over the kneecap or use a pillow. And then you'll take that left hand to right foot. Draw the foot in. Maybe close the eyes here. This side might feel different. Two more breaths. Release the foot. Come to seated. Easy seat. Bring the arms high. As you breathe out, let your hands settle into your heart space. Close your eyes. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands through heart. Blink your eyes open. Let's take it to Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet touch. Just rock back and forth. Your knees might be here. Totally fine. Your body, your practice. You look your own certain special way, and that is just beautiful the way it is. Wherever you are, if your knees are nice and wide, or if they're up here, you can kind of bend the elbows. Use the knees to push, or the elbows to push the knees open. Now from here, we don't want to hunch. We really want to pull that chest forward and then hinge forward. And it might not be that far. It's really about the quality of the stretch, not the quantity. So close the eyes and kind of push the sit bones back towards the side edge of your mat, or maybe the back edge of your mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. And permission to take this as far as you like. You might reach the hands all the way out. Maybe you just stay and you linger here for a moment, or you bring a pillow below the forearms, maybe below the forehead. Keep pulling that chest forward and pressing the hips back. Push your feet into each other. Let the jaw soften. Let your eyebrows relax. And let the back of the neck release. Very slowly walk your hands back. We'll keep the left heel tucked in. We'll set the right leg long. We'll turn towards that left knee. We'll reach the right arm high. Again, pillow, very handy. Either arm to pillow, maybe into the inner thigh. Maybe walk the arm way out. Reach the left arm high. We're getting this nice side opening in the left side body. And if you notice the palm, kind of turn it towards the mat. That'll just rotate that shoulder. You'll feel a nice stretch into the obliques. Front and back, we have obliques in the front that run through the back. So this is a great way to stretch that out. It helps with the low back and the hips. And as you inhale, we'll rise up. We'll plant the left hand and just open up the hips. You just kind of feel flowy. You can kind of play with that arm. Lower down. Take it to the opposite side. Turn towards the bent knee. And then walk that left hand out or down the leg. Notice your toes, point them up towards the ceiling on the left side of the extended leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go of any resistance. As you inhale, rise. Take the right hand behind you. Lift and open. And then we'll bring our body down to the mat. So lowering all the way down. You might take the blanket, the pillow, and place it under the low back. We'll come into modified legs up the wall. So I love the block or a blanket for this option. And of course, you're in the comfort of your own home, so if you'd like to move to a wall and take that as your option, I invite you to do so. Let the feet float up and just kind of rotate the feet back and forth, rolling them out. Maybe widen the legs a little bit. Turn the toes one way and the other. And then bring the legs back into center. Let the arms come nice and long. The palms come to the mat. Breathe in. And breathe out. Just let those legs feel nice and weightless. Notice the grounding of the back of the heart. Breathe into that space. Feel free to explore this pose or linger just a bit longer. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Very slowly start to lower the feet down. Lift the hips up, slide the block away. Let the knees fall side to side. And draw the knees into chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Lower the head down, let the legs come long. If you'd like to, utilize the pillow or the block underneath the feet. And your arms wide. Slow breath into your belly. And a slow breath out. Breathe into the belly. Breathe out from the belly. Breath into the belly. Now draw that breath up to your ribs. As you breathe out from your ribs, send that breath down and out the belly button. Breathe into the belly. Up into the ribs. Exhaling once more down from the ribs, through the belly button. Inhale into the belly button, into the ribs. Lifting up that torso fully as you breathe into the chest. Exhaling each segment down from the chest, to the ribs, into the belly. As you exhale out, feel everything just soften and melt. Inhale into the belly, into the ribs, through the chest. Surrendering once more as you breathe out from the chest, to the ribs, to the belly. Maybe you hit the pause button and stay here as long as you'd like, otherwise it'll start to bring you back nice and slow. So if your feet are on a pillow or a block, let your feet slide that device away and start to roll the ankles out. Widen the fingertips and then roll out the wrists. Sweep your arms up overhead, big breath in. As you breathe out, draw your knees into chest. Rock side to side. And wherever it feels natural, roll to one side. Keep those knees tucked in nice and tight. Maybe let that bottom arm cradle your head. Stay here in this safe space. And just take a moment to imagine a shield of good health. Beaming light of warmth. And slowly press up. Your eyes closed. Come to easy seats. Rounding out our practice back where we started, let your hands come into your heart center. Nod your chin to your chest, honoring your time that you've spent today. Bringing yourself to your mat, finding a little normalcy, making adjustments, honoring the evolution that we are going through. I honor each of you. Namaste. Have a wonderful day or night. Thank you for joining me.